Grass-type Pokemon are the most unique type in the game. They're the masters of weather, status conditions, and resilience. Grass types contain some of the most interesting designs Pokemon has created, exploring the vast array of real-life plants, strange biological phenomena, and of course, your standard elemental animals. The Paldea region brings several new grass types to the Pokedex, with some designs cooler than others. I'm Kyle with Pokebinge, and this is every grass-type Generation 9 Pokemon lamest to coolest. This list includes Pokemon first introduced in the Paldea region, and new forms granted to older Pokemon. This isn't every grass type you can catch in Paldea, just the new ones. Also, evolution lines will be condensed into one entry. Lastly, coolness is determined by a variety of factors, including lore, design, statistics, and moveset. With all that out of the way, let's get started. To kick off our list, we'll be starting with a fairly interesting design, but still a little bit lame. The first grass-type Pokemon, and the lamest of Generation 9, is the Toedscruel line. Toedscruel, a grass-ground mushroom Pokemon, at first glance may seem like a Paldean variant of Tentacruel. In reality, it's a different species altogether. This is an example of convergent evolution, where a completely separate species took on similar attributes to gain a similar advantage. This shared advantage is the ability to wrap up prey in its many tentacles. Toedscruel's stat spread is the same as Tentacruel, a mildly bulky support. Its signature ability is Machilium Might, which makes its status moves bypass abilities, but in turn, reduces priority by 1. This ability is difficult to use if you want to hit with status moves before the opponent gets a chance to attack. Toedscruel gets access to Spore, which allows it to put Pokemon to sleep regardless of abilities like Magic Bounce, but Toedscruel will have to survive the initial hit first. The design feels a little lackluster compared to other designs of this generation. There have been several clever mushroom-inspired designs in the past, but it ends up feeling like a lackluster Tentacruel. The Tentacruel design is classic, and this design doesn't really stack up. The goofy walk of Toedscool and Toedscruel is hilarious, but it doesn't really have a whole lot else going for it. Moving on, the Arboliva line is a fun design, but not without its flaws. Spain is known for its thriving olive orchards that have been around for centuries. An olive tree-based Pokemon fits in perfectly with the Spanish-inspired Paldea region. Based on an olive tree, this Pokemon is sturdy with solid defenses, a great special attack at 125, and bad speed at 39. The playstyle is also fairly unique. This Pokemon is the only Pokemon with the ability Seed Sower. This ability sets the terrain to grassy terrain when hit by an attack. This is generally worse than a similar ability in Grassy Surge, as you need to take damage before the effect you want happens. However, there are some advantages. Like if you're fighting for terrain, it can incidentally reapply without switching. This makes for a powered-down version of other Grassy Surge users. However, they are not available at the time of writing. Arboliva is also hindered by a mostly grass moveset, as grass alone tends to be a poor offensive typing. Arboliva is going to have trouble against anything that resists. Our second mushroom Pokemon is Brute Bonnet. This is implied to be a past version of the bulky powerhouse of Amoonguss. This Pokemon's design is a fusion of Amoonguss and a dinosaur. A jagged maw and spikes show its ferocity. Although this Pokemon is fierce in battle, it is said to be quite stupid. This Pokemon's attack is fantastic at 127, with fantastic defensive stats and health. Sadly, Grass Dark is not a great typing defensively. With slow speed, you would expect Brute Bonnet to get outclassed, but this Pokemon has a few powerful tricks up its sleeve. Sucker Punch shores up its weak speed and hits like a truck. It serves well as an offensive tank. Its ability, Photosynthesis, can boost its attack further, allowing it to hit super hard. The Scovillain line is a clever take on the unique grass fire typing. A spicy pepper perfectly captures this combination. Its name alone is tremendously clever. The Scoville scale is used to measure how spicy something is. The two heads of Scovillain may be in reference to various villainous two-headed monsters in pop culture. Two heads are better than one, and both are up to no good. While as a fire type, it's not the most impressive. As a grass type, there are many new options here. Its signature move, Spicy Extract, sharply raises physical attack and sharply lowers the physical defense of an opponent or ally. This is situationally fantastic, but also hard to use consistently. Scovillain is a mixed attacker, with 108 in each attacking stat, with average speed and poor defenses. As far as grass types go, Scovillain has an impressive move pool to take advantage of both offensive stats. Its best ability is Chlorophyll, which doubles speed in the sun. Scovillain with a Chlorophyll boost outspeeds any other unboosted Pokemon. However, it still is unable to take a hit, which hinders it greatly. The Brambleghast line brings a new take to the grass ghost typing. As far as the Pokemon's stat spread, it's not phenomenal. It is mildly fast with 90 base power, hits well physically, and is subpar pretty much everywhere else. It has an interesting move pool with support options included, like Disable or Strength Sap. Its signature ability, Wind Rider, boosts attack when hit by a wind move or when the move Tailwind is used. With Tailwind up, which doubles speed on your side of the field, Brambleghast becomes a serious offensive threat. What makes this Pokemon so cool is its creative use in the overworld. It's hard to imagine the desert without a tumbleweed rolling in the wind, and the deserts in Paldea are no exception. It's a pleasant surprise to see that an overworld tumbleweed in the wind is the catchable Bramblin. To evolve Bramblin to Brambleghast, you have to run around with it outside of the Pokeball for 1,000 steps. The Brambleghast line will be remembered as one of those oddball Pokemon that evolve in strange ways. Now, the second coolest grass-type Pokemon of Paldea is the only grass legendary to be obtainable with the release. Wuxian, one of the treasures of Ruin, takes inspiration from the Chinese myth of the Taotie. The Taotie in Chinese culture are 4 mythical beasts of evil. The Pokédex explains a person long ago wrote down the evils of their king on wooden tablets. This person was caught and punished for defaming the king. His grudge against the king was so deep it manifested into the wooden tablets themselves and became Wuxian. This dark grass-type Pokemon takes on the appearance of a snail, the wooden tablets wrapping around like a shell. Its ability in Tablets of Ruin denote the story well. It reduces the physical attack of each Pokemon around it. It is said to drain the life force from plants, resulting in the pile of leaves adorning its head. In battle, this is a tremendously sturdy Pokemon in combination with its ability and fantastic defensive stats. It can make good use of its signature move, Ruination, which cuts HP of the opponent in half. As Wuxian's offensive stats are good, but not great. The grass dark typing also leaves plenty of weaknesses that greatly hinder a defensive build. Wuxian is a fantastic design with solid utility, but also not perfect. Finally, the gold medal of coolness has to go to Meowscarada. Meowscarada is a master of deception. This Pokemon does not fight foes head-on, but carefully places explosive seed pods around its enemy. Before an enemy has a chance to react, Meowscarada has already won. This Pokemon is based on a magician who fights enemies with constant misdirection. The flower Meowscarada wields appears to be floating, when in reality it's suspended by a camouflage stem. As far as design, the mask and name come from the Spanish word for masquerade. A masquerade is a type of festivity where people wear masks as part of the celebration. This combined with the cat's meow and you have Meowscarada. With 3 different grass dark types in this generation, Meowscarada does the most right. It is the fastest starter, not counting special forms, with a zippy 123 speed and has good attack with 110 in physical attack, with great coverage options. Its signature move, Flower Trick, is awesome too. It is consistently powerful and situationally devastating. This 70 power physical grass move never misses and always lands a critical hit. So really, it's a hard-hitting 105 power move that never misses. This move both bypasses defense and evasion boosts. Meowscarada also gets the ability Protein, which, although nerfed in Generation 9, is still quite powerful. Meowscarada takes the top spot for coolest grass type of this generation for its offensive utility and mysterious design. But let us know in the comments section below what your favorite grass-type Pokemon in Generation 9 is. And also make sure to check out our Fire-type and Water-type lamest to coolest videos that we did as well. And be sure to hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.